Okay, so welcome guys. In this video, I'm going to make a game that we call the guess game. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the while loop to actually put it into practice and see how we can make an interesting game. All right, so the way we're going to do it, we're going to import what we call the random module. All right, so the good thing about the random module, it comes bundled into Python, so you don't need to install anything. You just need to import it into your script and then you start using it. All right, so right now I'm going to get into the script and show you guys how we do it. So the first thing we want to do is obviously we want to import that random library. So random in all our cases, import statement, and then random. All right, so right now we can access the method that are within this random module. So the method that we're going to access in this random module is the randint method. We want it to generate random numbers for us. So that's how we're going to play the game. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to give an instruction to the player of our game that our computer is thinking of a number between a given range. So the computer is thinking of a number between 1 and 20. Let's say 1 and 20. This is inclusive, all right? 1 and 20 inclusive. So this is a prompt. Before you play the game, you're going to see this instruction and say the computer is thinking of a number between 1 and 20. So we're going to allow our computer to generate that number. So that's when we need the randint method within the random module. So we're going to create a variable called computer number. All right, so this is the computer number. So we're going to use the random library, and then within the random library we're going to access the randint, which is the random integer method, which allows us to pass in the start and the end of a given range. So our range is going to be between 1 and 20, so it can pick 1 up to 20 numbers. Okay, so that's the computer's number. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to create a variable called chances, where we're going to give our player a given number of chances. So we're going to give you a number of 6 chances for you to guess the computer number. Otherwise, you're going to lose the game. Right, so right now we have just 1 chance, but we're going to give you up to 6 chances. So, but we have to start from somewhere, right? We have to start from 1 up to 6. All right, so we now use the while loop. While chances is less than or equal to 6 chances. That's where we're going to end, right? We want you to guess. So we're going to print, please make your guess. All right, so we want you to guess a number that the computer is thinking of. All right, so here we're going to create a variable called guess, and then we're going to assign it an input. So we're going to take your input. As you guys remember, if you really remember what we did in our previous lessons, we looked at this. We say this is called typecasting. We're converting the input that we get from the user into an integer. So that's going to be a number. And then now we're going to use the conditional statements to check whether our number that we guess is similar to the computer's number. So we're going to say if guess is less than the computer's number, which is a secret number, we want to print something here. We want to say your number is too low, right? Because it's less than the computer's number. Elif guess is greater than the computer number. We want to print your number is too high. Number is too high. And then else we want to break out of this loop. Else, if you guess it right, there are going to be 2 conditions that are going to lead you to break out of this loop. It's either you guess it correctly, so we're going to break, right? If you guess it correctly, you're going to break out of this, or else you're going to run out of the chances, right? If you run out of the chances, then it's obviously going to break out. If your guess is equal to the computer's number, obviously it's going to break out, okay? So those are the two conditions. So down here, so for us to ensure that you have, your chances, you don't, go beyond your chances, we want to increase this. Each time you choose a number, we want to increment your chances so that at some point they'll be equal to 6. So here, what we do, we create what we call a counter, all right, to keep track of your chances. So we're going to increase your chances by 1 each time you play, right? Each time you choose a number, we're going to increment your chances by 1. All right, and then once we break out of the loop, whether you break it out, you break out of the loop because you picked, the same number of the computer's number, or you run out of chances, either way, we want to check if your guess is equal to the computer number. Then we print something else. We're going to print well done. Well done. We can print well done. And we want to check how many guesses you made. So we're going to use an F string. I'll explain later on how we use the F string. All right, so we're going to say well done. You guessed my number. Well done. You guessed my number in blah blah guesses. So let's say so here we're going to pass chances, because chances is a counter that's going to keep track of how many times we guess the number. So chances and then guesses. This is obviously going to be a number. Okay, this is going to be a number here. All right, and then else here, let's say obviously the guess is not equal to the computer's number. This means that we have lost the game, so we're going to print here. We're going to use the F string again. You have lost. My guess, my number is, now the computer is going to tell you its number. My number was, or the number, the number I was thinking of is, and then we pass in the computer's number here, computer number, so now we are done with our game. So the first thing, I just want to go through what we did here. The first thing, we import the random library. You don't need to download it. It's already bundled in Python. All you need is to import it. It's part of the standard library. And then here you give a prompt, like, the computer is thinking of a number. It's between this range. And then you generate the number that the computer is thinking of. Right, so you use the random module and then the random method, the randint method, to generate numbers between a given range. And then here you create a variable called chances. These are the chances that you're going to give to your player. You don't want them to play forever. You want to give them a chance, like a few chances. And then that will make it more interesting. And then the chances here you check out, use the while loop, and then use the if statements, and then down here you do it. Okay, so now we have to run our game. We've finished everything. So now we have to run our script. All right, so running our script, I'm going to use the git bash terminal. You can decide to use the command prompt. It's all up to you. All right, so I want to type in Python, and then the name of the script that I'm trying to run is called experiment.py, and then press enter. And then here we start our game. All right, so this is the prompt that is right up here. The computer is thinking of a number here. So the computer is thinking of a number between 1 and 20. So, and then here, this cursor shows that This is supposed to be our guess. All right, this is the input function at work. So we can guess. Let's try and guess 10. Press enter. It says the number is too low, so let's try 15. Press enter. Still it's too low, so it must be between 15 and 20. Let's try 18. It's still too low. Okay, so 90. Okay, I think it's 20. Alright, so we're done. You guessed the number. You guessed my number in 5 guesses. So it took me five chances to guess this number. Alright, we can try it again for the second try. Let me try 15. Not 25. 15. Press enter. It's too high. Okay, I want to try 7. It's still too high, so it's below 7. So let me try 3. It's too high, so this must be 2. Boom, well done. You guessed my number in 4 guesses, so I'm actually improving. Alright, let me see, if I exhaust my chances, what happens? Alright, so last command, you just use the up arrow, and then you press enter, and then here, let me try 10. The number is too high. Let me try 14. I just want to exhaust my chances. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 chances. I still have 2 more chances. Let me try 17. This is the last chance. Let me try 18. As you can see, guys, it says you have lost. The number I was thinking of is 2, so it prints out the 2. Alright, so this is the statement which is down here. So in case you have exhausted your chances, it jumps out of the loop and then it prints out this one. It says you have lost the game because your chances have been exhausted. Alright, so this is how you can actually make this game. You can actually make it a bit difficult by increasing the range of numbers that you're dealing with. Instead of dealing with 20 numbers, you can increase it to 100 numbers. You can also reduce the number of chances. Okay, the chances that one gets to guess the number. So instead of using 6 chances, you can lower these chances to about 3 chances. All right, so to make it difficult. And there are so many other areas that you can improve about this game. Alright, so in our next video, we're going to look at what we call the break statement and the continuous statement. Right, but for now, I want to thank you for your time. I'll see you in our next video. Bye.